Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Sam Walker with you on this Tuesday afternoon as our nor'easter continues to blow out there. Doesn't look like it's going to be slacking off anytime soon, at least today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night, it looks like things will ease off a little bit with the winds, but the system's not expected to get out of here possibly until next week. Now, it won't be as bad as things are right now for the next 5 days. What we're going to see is what's called retrograde. This low pressure system is actually going to move back towards the coast. Normally, our weather systems, of course, move either east or northeast, Gulf Stream, along the Gulf Stream, but actually the jet stream will pick them up and take them out once they get to latitudes up to our part of the world. That's not happening. We've got what's called a cutoff low. And we'll get in, I don't want to get too deep in the meteorological terms, but essentially what you got is a storm system that has got nothing to move it, and it's going to kind of drift back towards the coast and actually move inland as we get into the next couple of days and increase the rain chances. Now, what that means for us is that things will improve as we get later in the week in terms of the temperatures. Right now we're at 52 degrees, 51 degrees, and north wind. We'll see winds kind of shift more to a southerly flow, and we'll get back in the 70s by the end of the week. At least that's the forecast right now, if this storm system does cooperate and make its move towards more inland as we get into later in the week. But we've got a lot of news that's happened today. First off, let's start down in Rodanthe. Right after we got off with our morning update and our hit with the Weather Channel, things really started to get interesting down in Rodanthe. And then not too long ago, just a couple hours ago, it got worse. So we've lost another of those houses at Ocean Drive just south of the Rodanthe Pier. First one went down earlier today, and then a second went down right around lunchtime today. And that's a video courtesy of the National Park Service of the collapse that happened this afternoon. So two of those houses, there's a total of 11 that were considered threatened. And the National Park Service held a meeting back in March in Rodanthe to discuss this issue. They've been meeting with property owners. Of course, we had one that went in the ocean back in February. There was another one that went down back in the May of 2020, north, a little bit farther north. But there's now just 9 of these houses that have been tagged or identified as being a potential for causing issues and collapsing, just like this one did today. And that video was courtesy of the National Park Service. So you've got a lot of debris in the water. That's a problem that's going to continue potentially into the next couple of days and weeks, with 2 houses now collapsing, although a lot of folks are already out trying to get that cleaned up, even with the conditions as bad as they are. I'm looking at a shot right now from farther up the beach, courtesy of hurricanetrack.com. I can't use it on our streams here, but I can monitor it and seeing quite a few people out just walking around on the dunes. Not supposed to be doing that, but up in the north of the pier. And then looking at another shot south of the pier. And the shot you see right now is a camera that's right in that area where those houses went down, not too far to the south of those. And there are, again, about 9 houses that are threatened, and not really sure. We may lose another 1 or 2 in this storm. We are coming up on high tide now. I'm shooting this at 3 o'clock this afternoon. High tide is essentially now. Looking at the tide gauge at the Duck Corps of Engineers Pier, we're at 3.4 feet, and expected that's pretty much the predicted peak. We hit we hit 4. I'll go back. 3.4 is where we hit 4 feet. Sorry. We hit 4 feet with the last high tide. The predicted high tide for this cycle is about 3.5 feet. And we're pretty close to that right now. Expected to hit that at peak high tide here at 3.5 feet coming up at 4 o'clock. So not quite as severe tide as we had in the overnight hours. But again, that house went down. We've seen the breaking waves. That house went down during low tide. We're seeing the breaking waves. Those are going to continue for the next couple of, at least into tomorrow, through tomorrow. We've also had some reports of minor soundside flooding on the south end of Hatteras Island, so Frisco, Hatteras Village, and Ocracoke as well. Had some folks share some video actually from Ocracoke with us on Twitter. Let's see if I can pull that up for you here. May have to do a little finagling to get that video up. Yeah, let me get out of that conversation. Got a lot of folks been in contact reaching out to us today. Yeah, Ray White, who sent us some video. Let's see here. I want to see if I can shift this over to my other monitor, and you can take a look at that video along with us. This was from earlier today in Ocracoke. So all the water on the sound side that up here on my end on the Currituck Sound is all blown out, and you can walk halfway out in the sound and not get wet. All that water has gone way down south, and we do have some reports of some flooding on the Pamlico River, the Neuse River, lower Pamlico Sound, and as you can see, some minor nuisance flooding in Ocracoke and also in Hatteras Village as well. So that's just some of what we've been seeing there. All right, so latest update is Highway 12 is going to be closed tonight and into tomorrow between Oregon Inlet and Rodanthe. NCDOT announcing that just a short time ago, that again, Highway 12 is going to remain closed because high tides now. They don't feel like they can get the crews out there to get things, or not so much get the crews out there. They don't feel like they can get the road open. This is a shot that NCDOT shared with us a little while ago of them clearing where the breach across from the Pea Island Visitor Center. This was from this earlier today, and it looks like, well, as we said, Highway 12 not going to reopen today. Probably not going to be until sometime tomorrow before it opens at the earliest. That was from DOT a little while ago. And they got the crews out there working as hard as they can to clear it up. But with high tide right now, they're not going to put them in jeopardy to be out there if they've got the overwash on the road and where they're working. And once that subsides, they'll get back out there and try to get those dunes rebuilt, get that sand off the road, and get it reopened. Ferries are not running either to Ocracoke. So that means Hatteras Island is cut off. Just that's it. I mean, it's cut off. And unfortunately, that means we're not going to see anybody getting off the island anytime soon. And at least today, it's not happening. Maybe tomorrow, if the winds subside a little bit enough as they're expected to subside as we get into the afternoon hours. So again, we've had 2 houses collapse in Rodanthe. We're going to be dealing with this overwash potential with the high tides going on now. Again, with the overnight high tide early tomorrow morning around 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. is when the next high tide is tomorrow. But again, we're seeing a little bit of a downward trend with the tide forecast. That's good. We are seeing the surf staying up anywhere from 8 to 12 feet along the beaches. Offshore, the buoys are still showing anywhere from 14 to 16 foot offshore swell. Outside Oregon Inlet, also Virginia Beach, has come down a little bit. The buoy that's off Oregon Inlet was in the 14 range at last check, has been as high as 16 earlier today. So that's translating to about a 12-foot break along our beaches. And as you can see with our shot here from Rodanthe, not showing the house that's right to the right there. Haven't shown that one in a little bit. But it's definitely breaking up there. Let me cycle through some of our other shots we have. Here's how Merlot Beach looked at around 3 o'clock. See if there's a new image process there. Nope, not yet. But that's the most recent image there at Merlot Beach. Here's the view from Avon. And here's the view at the Buxton Motels. You see DOT got some crews out there working to try and get things cleared up there at the motels in Buxton. Here's how things look on the South Beach, looking towards Hatteras. There's the ferry dock. Kind of quiet there. That was from earlier this afternoon. Yep, rather quiet there because nothing's going on. No ferries are running. Here's the view from on the other side of Hatteras Inlet. That's been a pretty neat camera to watch just because you can really see how bad things are down there. This is the bulkhead that was built to try and protect the turnaround, the stacking lanes for loading onto the ferry on the Ocracoke side. That has been out of commission for a couple of years now. They've been trying to get that bulkhead built there. And view from Silver Lake right now, which is rather placid. I mean, sheltered like it is. But, again, the ferry's not running. So that is the latest. As of right now, we will keep you up to date. We'll do another update over for the late night tonight for after we get through with this high tide cycle, see if we get anything else to report. But again, Highway 12 remains closed. Oregon Inlet to Rodanthe going to remain closed at least through into tomorrow. And ferry's not running. So stay safe out there. We'll keep you up to date right here on all our social media channels at Sam Walker OBX. We'll see you later.